like the local lumberjack right now.
Good.
And there we go. We are live. Fucking finally.
Raise the roof.
What's up, guys? So today we have Jared Truby from Cat and Cloud. What's up, Jared?
That's me. Hi, friends. What up?
And we have Nawar Adra and Amadeo Vazquez from Collective Roasting Solutions. Hi.
Hey. Hi. What's up? How's everybody?
Woo!
So we are going to have a bit of a chat about this crazy thing that we're going to do in Australia.
Let's talk about it.
Jared's just going to sing his way through the whole episode.
Yeah, totally.
So,
have a bit of.
So, you know, I thought we would start this conversation by talking about how all of this came about, which would be fun. So the way that it started was that I had been thinking about it for a long time, and had even spoken to Jared about it, but didn't think it was time to do it. And then I had received a text message from you, Noah, and you said, hey, let's chat. I need to talk to you about something. And so I called thinking we were going to talk about something completely different. And you were like, hey, so listen, you know, MAP IT FORWARD, we're getting people contact us saying that they want to know about careers. And so why don't we do MAP IT FORWARD here? Isn't that how it went down?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, really? Are you sure that we could do this there? I don't know that it's the right time to do it. And you convinced me that it was. And so
we've been having a lot of inquiries to tell us, hey, what about career? You know, what we don't know what to do. How far do we go in the coffee game? You know, so a lot of people gave us this feedback when we did the Roaster Smackdown. We did a lot of classes towards it, and we did a lot of educational stuff. And everybody was really engaged when we had like free roasting class, free barista stuff, free latte art, and everybody was. We had like at least 80 people in each event.
That's rad.
And everybody was there because of the education, I guess, you know. And was there a mosquito somewhere?
What's going on, Jared? Like, it looks like you're following a mosquito around your bedroom.
Everything is awkward feeling in here.
What on God's fucking name is going on?
Dude. It's like, I thought you could hear it. The bed frame's like bouncing against the wall. Sounds like I'm getting it on.
All on your lonesome.
Yeah.
With your wife in the other room.
Yeah, and my dad.
And your dad. Awesome. That's exciting.
Well, anyway, continue the story.
On
your way.
Yes, and you know, you've been doing such a great job. You know, we've been friends for a few years now. We worked together before, and we've been listening to the podcast that you guys are doing, Jared, yourself, and we thought, you know what? Let's do something a little bit crazy and bring more people involved, and this time from all over the world, and get the whole industry to be part of it.
Like it.
And, yeah.
I think especially now in Australia, with so many cafes and so many roasteries opening up, and there's this whole youth of this generation that's coming, just wants to learn, and they want to have some idea on how to progress and how to make careers out of coffee. And so every time that we ran an event, or every time that we did a cupping, there was people that were so hungry for information and knowledge on how to make themselves better and how to become better at what they do.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting that everything sort of happened at the same time. And we sort of heard about MAP IT FORWARD at the same time. And obviously you living in Sydney, we knew a lot about you and we were friends from beforehand. So I think it's crazy how things align sometimes.
Small world.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy how it's all come about, because it's all kind of flowed really smoothly with regards to pulling it all together. Don't you think? Like,
yeah. We've got good names, you know, got great guys that are gonna come and do the talk show and
they're going to do the talk show circuit. Is that what's going to happen, Noah?
Nice, yeah.
It's going to be like Ellen over there.
Yeah, completely. We're going to Australia. We're taking the whole audience with us.
I think we should change the name to Circus. Not a bad
idea. to the MAP IT FORWARD Circus Does Australia. Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. It was actually very smooth. I think a lot of people are engaged. and really happy to be part of it. So that tells us a lot about us being really good guys.
Because it's all about you guys. Everyone's doing this because of you guys. We know that. Thank you.
Two wild and crazy guys.
I think Map It Forward itself, you know, like you've done such a great job, Jared as well, and
stop.
And everybody's knowledge. And the whole idea is to share as much as we have for people who are hungry for it. That was. I think we had a benchmark of, you know, what kind of people we want to be part of as well. We want the leaders to share their passion, how they started, for the baristas as well, you know. So and business owners. So that's, I think it's gonna be capturing the whole supply chain pretty much.
Yeah, I'm excited to be a part of that.
Yeah. Jared, go ahead.
No, I'm just excited because from going, you know, my past is straight barista all the way through to now business owner. There's a lot I'm excited to share, especially around the culture area, which I know we're gonna do, but it's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a 3-day event. Well, 3.5 because we've got the kickoff party, right?
24-day event.
24 days. 24 days of partying. You motherfuckers have to put up with me for like 2 weeks. You poor bastards.
Amadeo, I feel sorry. No.
Fuck you very much.
Oh my God.
Get into ourselves a lot.
No doubt.
Sydney and Melbourne,
You know what's going to be the worst thing is the fact that we all have to go out and eat together, and you'll have to find a place for me to eat that has vegan.
Oh my gosh.
not hard in Sydney and Melbourne.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Actually,
Yeah.
Dude, everywhere is easy. They all have water.
I mean, there's trees on the road.
Hey, you know what my brother-in-law used to do whenever we'd go out to a restaurant? They'd start taking the orders, and then he'd point to me and say, "She'll have cooked water, thank you very much."
The hottest you can.
That works.
It's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to the event. So there's something that you guys don't know about this event that I'm going to tell. And by you guys, I don't mean like anyone who's listening to the podcast or watching it. I mean like you three that are on this podcast with me, and everyone else. You don't know about what's happening. You actually don't know about the coffee competition that we're going to be having in Sydney, and Sydney and in Melbourne. So we did have something in mind, and that ended up falling through for logistical reasons. But then I came up with another idea, and as far as you guys know, that's what's going to be the coffee competition, but it's actually not. So you guys didn't know I was going to do this. I'm going to
so scared.
They all look terrified. It's fantastic.
What do you think I got the pen and paper for? I knew it.
I knew it.
This is so good. Oh my God. You all look terrified, especially you two.
It's arm wrestling, right?
That's exactly what we're going to do. Arm wrestling with coffee cups. So La Marzocco are throwing this party. They're sponsoring this party. It's a part of the big event. They're sponsoring it. And so I have been in talks with Jets from La Marzocco Australia and Eric from La Marzocco Australia. And I had come up with an idea, but when we got on the phone, they said to me, we've got an idea. And I said, listen, as long as it's better than my idea, I'm not emotionally attached to it. And after hearing their idea, it's 100 times better than my idea.
Amazing.
So, fuck you very much.
No, it's a great idea, but I'm like,
it's better.
It's better. Right?
I know, better's better, right? So
I'll turn my hat around for this. Let's go.
So I actually think that of everybody that's going to be at this event, including us and the people attending, Jared's going to be the most stoked about this.
What is it? Surfing and making coffee?
Better. So we are going to have a coffee event that is a cross between a coffee competition and CrossFit.
What do we call it? Barbells and baristas?
Something like that. So
oh, is it like an obstacle course?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly right.
Oh.
So
That'll be hilarious.
it's going to be so much fun. So it's going to be an obstacle course that is part making coffee stuff, part CrossFit stuff.
Right.
And
how good do you need to be exercise to do this course?
so it's not going, obviously not going to be overly strenuous, but you're going to be like running through tires holding a latte art.
It'll
like
be just like American Ninja Warrior.
So like one station will be pull an espresso shot and we'll make a cappuccino. And then the next station is you have to take that cappuccino and walk through tires holding that cappuccino and not spilling the cappuccino.
That's pretty
Present the latte art.
So the winner from the Sydney event, so the Olympiad from that, we're going to actually fly to Melbourne. Wow. And they're going to compete against the Melbourne champion.
Wow.
Nawar looks disgusted. Nawar looks like he's panicking.
Sounds good. Is it just cappuccinos or?
Cappuccinos with 2 sugars.
Oh, really?
He's all, who the hell are you?
Okay, all right. That's interesting.
So, what does that mean?
I just want to see the picture. Just keep going.
I want to see somebody running around with a cappuccino in their hands super fast.
The first thing I said to Jets, listen, I've been living in America a minute. How's your public liability insurance?
Yeah.
So they're speaking to the insurance guys on Monday, making sure everything's fine. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like at the end of the day, we want to put on an event as a kickoff event that's a lot of fun, that's going to be really engaging, that there's going to be loads of prizes, and it's not something that anybody else has done. So
we should make somebody drag a bag of green coffee like 100 yards.
That sounds amazing.
They will literally barf. It'll be hilarious.
What else could we do? I think that's fine because I don't have to fucking compete. So there's one thing that's really great about getting to this point in your career. You don't have to compete in that part of shit.
Oh, man.
So what are your thoughts, guys?
It's a good idea.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I just want to see the cross. I think we should do it harder than just wheels.
It's just what?
Like wheels that have to jump between wheels and.
Well,
oh yeah.
Inflatable slide.
Inflatable slide. That would be hilarious.
Bounce house?
Bounce house? Like that's a jumping castle in Australia. So, you know, I've told them that they have to get Jared involved because he's a CrossFit nut. They have to get Jared involved in
Don't label me, dog.
Sorry, dog. But Jared's going to be involved in planning the circuit. And Lamazocco is going to, like, you know, include in the circuit. They'll get a mini and a linear and like a whole bunch of cool shit to do. That's going to be coffee meets CrossFit.
This is going to be ridiculous. I'm going to make somebody have the weirdest time.
Much fun.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool.
Got to play to win. Got to play to win.
Yeah, man. I just think, if anything, the commentating is going to be worth it. You know, is it Ninja Warriors?
Yo, yeah, American Ninja Warrior.
That's what I'm envisaging for this.
Mm.
Do you guys want to know what American Ninja Warrior is?
No.
Well, it's just ninjas. That's all you need to know.
It's ninjas. Anything with ninjas is cool, but
it's you being a ninja, Nawar. All of a sudden.
I'm in.
Wake up tomorrow, I'm a ninja. And this is all the stuff ninjas do.
It's magically going to sprinkle all over you overnight. Now that you know that this is going to happen, you will wake up tomorrow and suddenly, poof, like that, you'll be a ninja, Noah. He had no idea if I was being serious or not. That was gold. The look on your face, dude.
I'm just good at it.
Oh my gosh.
Why not? That's what I think is a great idea. I think it's pretty cool. Will we hold at how big? Do we need a massive car park for this?
Like 40,000 square feet.
At least. At least you need to find the nearest football stadium and set it up there. I just can't wait to see who competes in this fucking thing. I'm so excited.
I think we're going to need them to all sign waivers for their health.
Correct. And I said that to Jets, and she said, "That's fine. We'll take care of it. We will make people sign a thing that says that they compete and take their health into their own hands."
I'm for sure going to make them do a burpee with a coffee.
Oh fuck!
We need to going live so we can, get people involved. All the competitors. When do you think we're gonna
say that again?
When we gonna put a live for people to register?
Let's figure that out off air, maybe.
Okay. I thought you knew it all. You put it together.
I think we're gonna talk through logistics right now.
Yeah, let's go through the boring shit right now. I don't know, dude. I had this conversation yesterday, and
wow.
Yeah, so we decided yesterday, and I think you guys heard my idea. Don't you think this is better than my idea?
They were both pretty amazing.
Which one you prefer?
The barista competition. Oh, this, because it's a bit.
Yeah. There's so much better than yours, Lee. So much better than yours. Yes.
No, amazing ideas, both of them.
No. You're right. Theirs is so much more fun than what I had in mind, and it's going to be.
The other idea was, we wanted to do a competition that had to do with dialing in coffee as well.
Don't give the idea away. We might be able to use it up our sleeves for another time.
We can still use that.
Yeah.
This is going to be funnier because
this is more fun.
Imagine somebody having to okay, here's a straw. The straw is going to be in a cappuccino doing push-ups till the cappuccino's gone. It's just, can you picture somebody?
That would be brilliant.
So gnarly. Just
especially
hot milk and working out.
All over them. Or make them do a sit-up, and every time they get up, they have to pick up a cappuccino and drink it and put it down.
Oh, man.
And then do
we're not going to make people barf. That's a true. No. We're not trying to make you barf unless you're that out of shape.
But if you do, I'm not going to cry. I'm probably going to laugh at that. Sorry.
And video it, and I'll video it 100%.
And we will probably make it as an Insta Live so that the whole world can see. Sorry, we're shit humans. But that's...
Yeah.
But in a good way.
In the best way. We only have your best interests at heart.
Lamazoko Mini first prize, so Is it? I don't know. No. Say that line.
No, for anyone who just heard that, we are not saying that. Don't hold us to that. I'm going to get a fucking phone call from Jet saying, "What the fuck did Amadeo say?"
Sometimes we get excited.
Yeah. We give away the whole company.
I think you can be very creative at this.
Yeah,
there's so much.
We can do so much. We could dress them in sumo suits and watch them climb something.
Oh, that would be gnarly. Watch how this is going to progress, Jared. The way Nawar works with an idea is he'll evolve. It'll evolve in front of your face, and in half an hour from now, we're going to be talking about something completely different, and then he's going to come back to this, and boom, he will have this huge idea.
Kiddie pools of Jello do you think we could get?
Kiddie pools of Jello. What's a kiddie pool? A kiddie pool of Jello. American. With Jello in it?
Picture it
jelly.
A 1 foot.
No, we call it jelly in Australia. So, so he means a little kid's pool, and fill it with jelly.
And then you're gonna dive in to grab your whole bean, 4 different whole beans in there in a sack. You gotta figure out which one's the best. Dial it in.
Yeah, but that's not really CrossFitness, is it?
Well, you can make it CrossFit. Let's just.
Expert. You're the CrossFit expert. I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
Right, CrossFit on the kiddie pool. Yeah, no, this could be a lot of fun.
Fitness.
Yes, functional fitness. So I assume there's going to be a rope suspended from somewhere, and we'll have to.
Rope suspended from somewhere? Jesus, what are we doing to people?
Hey, it's a CrossFit thing. The rope is suspended. It's got knots in it, and you climb up the rope. Have you never heard of that?
Claire. There's no
Isn't
knots.
No,
Yeah, I'm just
You gotta use a hook grip.
that's why you're the CrossFit expert. But you do that at CrossFit, don't you?
Oh yeah. I'm George of the jungle.
Yes, you are. So yes, that's what the coffee competition is going to be.
More details on that are
Coming
not what you've
later.
heard at all. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
So
gonna have to think on this.
so we have to put the circuit together, and by we I mean Jared and Jets and Eric from La Mazzocco are going to put the circuit together. And it's going to be a lot of fun, and you will get points for dressing up.
Really? What kind of dress?
Sorry?
What kind of dress? Like what was funky, crazy?
Well, I think the more outrageous, the better.
Really? What about judges? What would judges do?
That's true.
Yeah.
What
Well,
about the judges?
we are going to have to figure out like how this is judged. I think it's going to be a time thing. So there's really no judging.
Come on.
I'm thinking time.
Oh, that doesn't mean
spill.
there's. Oh yeah, all of that,
Flavors.
right?
Can't spill the
They
drink.
need the judges, and they need to tell us what expectation we have in the car.
We will have a rule book for you, Noah, and you will be required to study it at length.
Yeah.
See how happy that made him?
Very happy. Something a little bit more.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll come up with something.
Look, you can be guaranteed that it will run smoothly because MAP IT FORWARD's doing it. It will be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of food and booze, but booze will be limited for everybody at this event. I do not want anyone going home pissed as a fart and causing a problem. So we're going to make sure that everyone drinks responsibly. That's a priority for me. Sorry?
This is part of the ticket.
Yes, so the food and the drinks are a part of the ticket, and this evening, the whole kickoff event is a part of the 3-day pass or the 1-day pass, whichever you buy. You'll be able to, you'll get entry into this event with that as long as you have your ticket. And yes, there will be other cool shit to do that night, but I think it will be a lot of fun to just stand around and watch people fall over.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's good.
I'm such a bitch.
Yeah.
Maybe we should
You
all
didn't have to agree that quickly, asshole.
Yeah, there was a bit of silence in there.
Yeah.
You're amazing. Love you.
Hey, look, he and I have stood at a coffee machine together and like worked in such ridiculous. Huh?
All I did is listen. Yeah.
Yeah, sure you did. Yeah, asshole. As if you did. Yeah, as if you ever listened to anything I said when we were at a coffee machine together. That never happened, ever. You would say to Noah, come on, let's go. And he'd be like, he'd just look at me with that weird fucking look. And I'd be like, this is a lost cause. There's 100 dockets coming off this stupid machine, 100 fucking tickets. And he's just looking around. The funniest thing. So I've got to tell this story. So this is at Harry's, right?
Yeah.
And Noah's coming up with collective roasting solutions at the time. So he's trying to figure out the logo and everything like this. Do you remember this, you asshole? I'll never forgive you for this. So there's people everywhere. It's an hour's wait minimum to get a table. There's a sea of people waiting for takeaway coffees. Noah wants to pull out the logo that he's going to use.
Let's pop it up on the gram real quick.
Yeah, I was like, you need to see this. This is what I mean. This is all that I remember that one. Yeah, it was good.
And all the while, this fucking docket machine keeps vomiting more tickets and it's keeping going and keeping going. And I'm like, what are you doing? Can we please just make some coffee?
Don't worry about that. We'll be fine. It's okay. They can wait.
And he's just like, don't worry about it. They're going to get the coffee eventually. It doesn't matter. They're going to wait anyway. Just look at this logo. What do you think? Do you think this one's better or this other one's better? And I'm dying. I'm dying because he's hidden off in the side pulling shots. I'm the one who's actually handing coffees to people. The waiters and waitresses are coming up saying, hey, listen, table number 4 is wondering where their fucking latte is. And he's like, this one's better, don't you think? This one? Like, fuck me dead.
What was that? I don't know.
Did you make a decision?
Was that the right one?
You give him a heads up?
Still don't know.
I don't remember what I did.
Oh God, he was killing me. He was killing me. And I'm trying to get him to move faster. And he's like, hey, listen, there's no point stressing. It's not going to go quicker.
Thank God you're here. Remember?
What?
Thank God that.
Hey, lean into the microphone, sunshine. What did you say?
But I was saying that you used to say, thank God I'm here on Saturday, you know?
Yeah.
You used to love me being around there.
No, wow. Honestly, you were one of the most fun people I ever worked with because you gave 0 fucks, honestly. It was fantastic. He made great coffee and everything, but we would get to the point where we were so hammered, he'd be like, can you just stop stressing out? Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. And then he'd say, hey, do you want a smoothie?
Exactly. Green goddess right here.
Resolves everything. Exactly. Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Do you want a smoothie? He'd be like, we'll just ask him to make us some smoothies. Like, go to fucking work. Do your work. Honestly.
But we make
For future reference, I always want a smoothie. So hook me up.
Absolutely. But honestly, when he put his head down, no one could smash it like Nawar. I've never worked with anyone that could smash it out. And I couldn't even keep up with him.
Can't wait to get a barista job now after this. There'll be people calling me left, right, and center. No, we had a lot of fun. It was really good.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. But you drove me crazy sometimes, bro. Like, I love you. You know that. You're like a brother to me. But those times when you're like, hey, did you see that video on YouTube? Let me pull it up. And he'd sit, you know what he'd do? He'd get the phone and put a cup on the end of it to amplify the sound.
Oh, yeah. It's the only way.
So that while we were serving the whole of fucking Bondi coffees, yeah, he would do that so that we could hear what was happening while everyone was screaming for the cappuccinos with 2 sugars.
Well, that's the only way you're going to hear over those people.
Correct.
Gotta be creative.
It's not like you can bring a sub to work.
That's what matters.
Say again.
We made it. That's what matters.
Oh yeah, like and we've we dealt with it and we survived and
Chris was.
I'm sure Chris was happy. Chris is the owner, one of the owners of Harry's. Yeah. Chris was happy with that. So, customers always left happy and they were always waiting for the Nawar and Lee show every fucking Saturday.
Saturday, Sunday, no? We did Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday.
Ballers.
Yeah.
Hard work.
I'm glad we don't have to do that again. That was fun.
No. Yeah, you're right.
It's getting busier, isn't it?
Well, hey, we got it over there.
Yeah.
I think
it's getting busier than it was when we were there. That's not possible, dude.
Well, he's taking bookings now. So now he actually books in spots for the cafe on the weekends to make sure that each minute is accounted for and people are served correctly.
Wow.
So you guys made that happen.
Yeah.
Is there a pause on your?
Yeah, he does. He has a. Show him your tattoo, Jared.
Oh,
tattoo.
Play pause.
Can I just press it?
Yeah. Oh, and
is there like an ending of conversation or what do you do?
See you later. Beep.
That's amazing.
That's the way that works. Hey, Jared, what are you excited about for Australia?
Oh my gosh, especially the 15-hour flight. That's number one.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's ice cold. No, I can't wait. It's going to be so fun to get together with a bunch of great people and just get to talking and sharing. I mean, I think this industry is still a major come up and needs a lot of mentorship just in general. There's so much out there to learn, and I don't think enough of us have been really serious about it over the last years. I think everybody's fought a lot, and I think it's time to get over that shit. So that's where I'm at.
I agree. Are there any cafes in Sydney and Melbourne you're particularly excited about going to?
Oh my gosh. Well, I've never been to Sydney, so I will know.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's right, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all the normal ones in Melbourne. I only had.
Hey,
like,
wait, stop. It's not Melbourne.
it's Melbourne.
That's it.
It's Melbourne in Australia with the katas or whatever. Amadeo.
Yeah. Good.
Yes, absolutely. So it's Melbourne and Brisbane.
And I've never been there either. Mate.
So drop bears.
No,
Lots of drop bears.
Yeah, Jared been to Melbourne, not Sydney.
Only Melbourne, yeah.
He was in Melbourne with cafe imports.
Like 5 days. La Marzocco.
La Marzocco, sorry.
It's okay. Out of the box. That's where I was. I'm serious.
So you know about the drop bears, right, Jared?
Yeah, I kick their asses every time.
Excellent. Nawar doesn't know about drop bears. Do you know?
You don't know about drop bears?
No.
I'll show you a picture in a second, pal.
I'm roasting all the time. So.
National Australian animal.
They are the national Australian animal. Nawar's the only person who doesn't know about this. Well, him and every other wog in Sydney.
Well, they're terrifying. Here you go. I'll show you one.
So have a look.
Looking it up on Google.
How do you spell it?
A drop, like a drop.
Are you kidding me, dude? It's getting serious.
So Jared's going to show you a photo of a drop bear.
Yeah, it's going to be hot. Hold on, let me get this ready. Yep. We're going to put him right dead center, and then we'll put him right here. Woo, drop bear.
Is it called freaking koala?
No, that's a drop bear.
That's a drop bear. Wow. That's an intense photo of a freaking drop bear. Is it real? It's not a koala?
No, dog. I'll show you another one. It's pretty chill. Right here. There's one. There's another one's kind of similar. A little weirder.
So Nawar, the drop bear thing is what we tell Americans when they're coming to Australia so that they pretty much don't come.
I've never encountered any one of these. Yeah.
Oh, you will. In Melbourne.
That's a better photo of yours. That's the stoned one.
It's the close-up version.
That's the real version of
more
koala.
docile.
Right.
Wow.
So Nawar, drop bears are a myth that we tell Americans that they need to watch out for. And what the myth is that at night, drop bears drop from the trees and they attack you and they rip you apart and they will kill you.
And then mate with your dead body.
Yeah.
So that's
Once you're dead.
That's an American.
Huh?
That's the end bit. Is the American version, isn't it? Yeah. Do they believe that?
It depends what kind of American you encounter and tell that to. You know, there are some Americans who, look, I get asked the weirdest, craziest shit over here about Australia. So I get asked, what language do you speak in Australia? Well, the conversation goes, oh, God, I love your Australian accent. What language do you speak in Australia?
Are you serious?
I'm not even fucking kidding. That happens on a weekly basis.
Oh, you have an accent. It's got to be another language.
It's got to be another language. I had this one guy, it was great. And this all happens in Ubers. This one guy said to me, you know, you're Australian, right? I said, yeah, you know, you guessed right. Thank you for guessing correctly. He said, oh my God. He says, I fucking hate when Americans confuse Australians and Englanders. It makes us sound so fucking dumb.
Okay.
And I went, and in my mind, I'm thinking, Englander. I'm sure that's not a word. I'm sure that there's no such thing as Englanders. I'm sure that they're either English or they're British. He continued to use that word twice more in that conversation. And I'm like, okay.
No, it's UK.
It's UK. Yes, it is. Boom, boom. So we should talk some more about this event, I guess. Jared, you didn't finish answering your question. Where are some of the places you want to go?
Oh, in Melbourne, I actually I don't know a ton of places. I only had 4 days there. So I went to St. Ali real quick. Or did I go to actually to do the lab? But either way, I went there. I went to Market Lane. I went to what's that place with the girl's name in the hall in the place? You know, it's got a lady name.
Patricia.
Patricia. Yep. Patricia.
The lady name.
Lady name. I want to go to Top Paddock. I didn't go to Top Paddock. I want to go there.
Is Kettle Black still around? Because that's a beautiful place. Top Paddock and Kettle Black are owned by the same people, aren't they?
There's a new one called Higher Ground.
Higher Ground in the city. That's
Higher Ground, yeah. I was supposed to go there. I didn't go there. There's so many places to go. There's too many places to go. I didn't see much, but I saw a lot.
100%.
You know?
Oh, you're gonna be having a lot of fun in Sydney, that's for sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
And Melbourne. Like
Sign me
Melbourne's a beautiful city too. Both of them are going to be fun. You're going to be in conversation with. You'll definitely be having to go back to St. Ali because you're going to be in conversation with Perger.
Yeah, Marshall Perger, I call him.
Marshall Perger. I love it. So you are going to be talking to him in Melbourne. He's not going to come to Sydney because he has a wedding to go to, not his own. We're not starting any rumors. But Matt is going to be doing in Sydney where he's going to be in conversation with Jared, talking about the positive effects of coffee competition on your career.
Sure. That'll be fun. It worked for me and him pretty well as well.
Yeah, I think it turned out okay for him.
Yeah, he's been pushing the limits. It's not because he looks like a young Justin Timberlake. It's another reason.
He's good at what he does. So.
He really does. Very much so. But yeah, so that's going to happen. And we are going to, Jared's going to be talking a lot about culture and leadership in, what are you going to be talking about, Jared?
What am I going to be talking about? Well, I mean, for the owners, I'll talk a lot about how, so values is a buzzword. I'm not going to use it as a buzzword. I'll use it as like what you need to do to actually have accountability in your business and not just throw those things out to act like you're cool. And then for roasters, I'll talk about how culture actually affects the bottom line. I got some science, actually not science, but studies to back that up. And then for baristas, I just want to talk a little bit about being more than just an extraction, which is such a cheesy title, but I wanted to use it anyway because, you know, you can't just be a coffee geek and be successful. You got to be more than that. And so I want to talk about that.
It's so you're not advocating for be Insta famous and then everyone will want to hire you?
I mean, when you get hired and suck, it'll be your bad.
You're right. Nice.
So fine, be Insta famous and get hired. You're going to suck, not me.
Oh, fuck. I've got to sneeze. Can you all talk like amongst each?
He's awesome.
No, don't.
Shoot it on the screen. Shoot it on.
You'll talk amongst each other while I sneeze. No, I'm not going to sneeze now.
Yeah,
Fuck,
I know.
It's gone.
Look up.
I know. Yeah,
really?
Great.
What?
Excellent. Yeah, you look at a light. If you look at a light, it actually stops you from sneezing.
Blind view.
Stop. I swear, stop. You're actually so much smarter than you're letting on right now.
Is there a drop bear coming after you?
It could be. Who knows?
Wait, everyone. He wants to show you his logo.
Oh.
So now we are going to also be running panels in the afternoon, and we have actually, we know what the panels are going to be. Do we want to talk about that now and talk about what the panels are? Because I know that I don't think Jared knows what they are.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Talk about them then. Tell me all about it.
Tell you everything. Hold on 1 second.
Gosh, I'm on pins and needles.
You're on pins and needles.
No, I'm on a bed. Panels. You're gonna draw our blood and get panels.
Panels of blood, correct.
Yes, it's gonna be sick. Everyone's gonna come away with a health record.
Well, they'll need it after the fucking circuit. The CrossFit thing.
No, we will find out just by watching how healthy they are.
Yes.
It'll be fine.
Oh, God, that's going to be so much fun.
Oh, sprints.
Hey, listen, Nawar, you have to contact Kurnia and make him enter that.
Yeah, well, he won the Aeropress Championship.
Yeah, but I think this will be more fun.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I'm very happy. But
You know, he used to be a national cyclist in the country he came from, which I don't remember what country that is, but he was a national cyclist for real.
Do you think we can get a cycle-driven drum for a roaster?
We need an exercise bike there to do some sort of like a spin thing.
Yeah, it'll spin a drum for a roaster, and we can have them roast their own coffee. 15 minutes tops.
I like that.
I figured you would.
I know you. Everybody should like that. That's effing awesome.
That would be fantastic. Like, you've got to cycle it enough. That would be.
Yeah, whoever can keep the perfect pace for the best roasted coffee.
We can do that. What kind of burner are you running?
We'll get like a little like fucking spinning drum and a fire underneath it, and just like a little bicycle on the side.
So sick.
You know what? We're gonna burn the fucking place down before we can do the things the classes the next day. Now I'm terrified.
Tickets non-refundable.
Yeah, tickets non-refundable. That works. Okay, good, done. I'm fine.
Let's burn this mother down.
So we're gonna have. And so Jared doesn't know the name of the panels, and you two don't know that Jared and I have changed something for the afternoon.
What the hell's happening?
I know, the whole world is changing in front of your eyes. Little did you all know this was actually going to be kind of like a team meeting where we revealed everything. But so the afternoon for the events was supposed to be 2 panels and a Q&A after that. So the first one was, and it still is up on the Eventbrite, as a panel for the audience, and then there's a panel with invited guests, and then the close. But now what we're going to do is, instead of a panel with the audience, we're going to scrap the panel and we're going to be in discussion with the audience. And we are going to Jared and I are going to talk and invite the audience to be a part of that discussion around the subjects that we've chosen. And those subjects Jared doesn't know about yet, and I'll reveal those in a second. But Nawar and Amadeo do know those subjects. And the panel discussions in the afternoon are going to be with people we've invited from the professional community to be a part of, and those invitations are going to start going out soon. And so what the topics are, so the cafe owners one, we're only having the professional panel because we are starting later in the day. That one starts at midday. It starts with lunch and then goes through till about 8 o'clock at night. And the topic for that is, can we conspire to each other's success?
Oh, well, that'll be fine. We'll have a great talk.
Yeah, that will be a really interesting discussion with that. And so that one's going to be in Sydney and Melbourne for the cafe owners workshop. And then, so for the Roasters Day, the professional panel is going to be, are we running out of coffee? So that's going to be a discussion about the supply chain and responsible, sustainable buying practices. And that's going to run in Sydney and Melbourne. And the audience discussion is going to be around being not a man in coffee.
Nice.
And
I won't say much.
Well, no, you have to, because yours is one of the very few companies I know that employs so many women, and it encourages a real balance in the masculine, feminine energies that are in the workplace. And so what we're going to talk about in that panel is the ideas of how do you create balance irrespective of kind of what gender presence you have, and how do you encourage everyone to communicate in a way that everyone feels heard, but everyone also feels that they have a voice. You know, and we want to talk to people about the different ways that genders, and these are studies that have been done that show that, you know, women evolutionarily programmed to communicate with more empathy and be more considerate and think of the crowd, the herd, more than they think about themselves. Whereas men are assholes. Nah, I'm joking. Just waited for a reaction.
I was focused.
You were so focused. I had to do that. Look, this is the loosest I've ever been on a podcast, just so that you know. So, so, and with men are evolutionarily programmed to be more assertive and to be more competitive with each other. And so, excuse me, if we all know that this is the way that typical gender stereotypes communicate, we don't want to squash that. But what we do want to do is we want to say to women, hey, so you know that your programming is to communicate this way. If you want to have a greater voice, what we want to do is we want to teach you how to be assertive. And what we want to do is, so that men can catch that communication and be able to read it, we want to teach men how to have a little more empathy so that they can read the more subtle cues that they're being given and understand some of the boundaries that are being presented to them. We also want to teach women how to hear the way that men typically communicate so that they don't take shit so personal a lot of the time. I wish I had have been told this when I was in the workplace so that I don't misread the way that men and women are communicating. So yeah, that's that discussion, and we want to kind of bring people to the forefront so that they can start telling us the kinds of challenges that they have in the workplace. So Jared and I are going to lead that conversation, but it's mostly going to be experiences from the audience that are going to bring that up. So that's that discussion.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And on the Baristas Day, the professional panel is going to be what will the specialty coffee industry look like in 15 years? And, you know, that one I thought would be interesting because of things like automation and, you know, people are thinking about universal incomes and what are we going to do when all of that starts to flip and change, and what direction is specialty coffee going in, especially if we have a problem with regards to this coffee supply chain, all of those kinds of things. So.
Yep.
Futurists, you crazy futurists.
Well, you know, honestly, I think, and Matt's going to be a part of the panel for Melbourne. So I think that's going to be really fun, particularly as he's like working on the first fucking coffee robot that's going to stop everyone from having anything that they need to do in a cafe. And if anyone listened to the podcast episode I did with Matt, his idea is really fun, actually. He believes that the future is going to be a coffee concierge in cafes. There won't be baristas. There'll be a coffee concierge. Noah's just sitting there very astutely nodding.
Working on it.
He did say that, didn't he?
My concierge.
Yeah.
Oh dear. And the audience discussion is going to be, what is it? What are the challenges currently facing the barista workforce? So I kind of wanted to have an open discussion about that so that we can start hearing each other a little bit more in that. So, you know, what do you guys think about that?
I think it's amazing.
We're going to have
really
fun.
Relevant, fun topics.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting and engaging, but most of all, I think people are going to actually, oh, Jared slipped out.
Yeah.
He's out the back of bumfuck somewhere in NorCal. So I think he's probably lost.
Connections.
I'm going to sneeze. Hold on.
Yeah.
Liz.
Look up. Look up. Look up. Ah, look at the lights. Ah, there. There's a flying.
You saved me again, guys.
Got you. I think he just doesn't want a part of it.
I think he's just sick of it. He'll probably try and come back.
But really, I think it's incredible that we have, you know, the people that we do have on the panels talking about these subjects. You know, it's not just relevant subjects; it's people who are very well educated in these topics. So I think it'll be very interesting to see their opinions and their insights on the topic for sure.
Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to, Amadeo?
Ooh. Well, I'm really, really interested in how Jared, his philosophy on running a successful coffee business, whether it be from a barista perspective, like the higher up you go in your job positions, you sort of realize that there's so many different perspectives to the same task. You know, when you're a barista, your aim is to make sure you make the best coffee in the world and that, you know, everybody's happy. And if you do that, you know it's a good job and you think that's what's going to make the business run, right? And then you start operating the business as a whole and you say, wow, that is it's an important bit, but it's such a small part of the whole view of everything. And so, and then you go away from that, and then you go to a roastery, and you see the whole business chain, and you're like, wow, okay, so a cafe is this, coffee is this, importing, exporting, you know, production. So I'm really curious to see Jared, who's, you know, very well versed in the coffee chain, how he thinks in terms of success of different business models, and what he thinks are the core things that we should be working on to create a successful journey in coffee. That's my interest.
Yeah, nice. What about you, Noah?
Well,
you just want it to be over already, right? You just want this whole thing to be fucking done.
I like when the way that we are targeting contemporary issues, not issues from the past that we moved on, that we're looking at the future. There's a lot of future thinking in this. And it's really rare where a lot of people tell you what's going to happen next and what expectation there is, and that you should prepare yourself to maybe a shift, or there's a coffee roaster called New Paradigm. So I think we have to use the right word. So it's like a new shift in the whole industry. There's a new concept coming in, and a lot of us are not aware of it because everybody just restricted in their little roles and not seeing the whole picture. And I think with the team and the people and the panel and everybody together, I think we're going to share a lot of these thoughts, and hopefully we can send the message, really. I mean, that's for me the most important part.
That's awesome.
It's getting the people walking out of Map It Forward and go and say, you know what, I've learned something. Yeah. I am really grateful for all these guys to put such a great effort together for me to go and say, you know what, 3 days, but what's the best 3 days of education?
Yeah, awesome. That's fantastic.
That's what I'm looking forward. I want to see people reaction to see, you know, especially when we talk about culture, when we talk about moving along the chain, you know, there's a lot of challenge. Even for roasters, I was a barista, and suddenly I'm doing this. And I had to go through so much headache, and I don't know anything about wholesale. I've never bought a green coffee in my entire life. I mean, yeah, I worked for Circa, Brewtown, but we bought 3-4 bags. And now we're moving into the concept of getting, you know, 1.5 ton a week, and we're doing all those work. And now we have team. We've got green coffee buyer in 2.5 years. We've got all these people backing machine and really investing in the right technology. And that would be very crucial. If I worked for someone before, it would have helped me. So hopefully roasters could get a lot out of this. A lot of like, what is it like to be a roaster? Like a wholesale, it's a whole new level. Like you would not believe the challenges.
Something that you're talking about there that I don't know if you and I have talked about this with regards to what formulates as a part of this course that we're going to be doing for roasters. So the very first session of each day is we're talking about a map, right? So we actually have physical maps that everyone will get in their welcome pack for that day. And so the map includes 3 sections. So it includes we break the maps up into these 3 sections. The first 2 years are the puppy years. The next 3 years are the mid-career years. And then the next 5 years after that are called the pro years. So the puppy years are about learning the fundamentals. The mid-career years are about developing the skills that you learnt during your fundamentals. And then the next 5 years are all about leadership and developing your leadership skills. And that map applies to whether it's a career or a business. So we actually have a detailed map for roasters that want to be production roasters, and for roasting businesses, how they do things like build credit. We include the idea of this thing called trigger numbers, where people figure out when they're going to grow. So let's say a roaster wants to start in the business and doesn't have enough money to buy their own roastery, or set up their own roastery and buy their own roaster. We talk about the different options that are open to them, like exactly what you guys are doing, which is why your business is such an amazing service to the industry. Collective Roasting Solutions has empowered people to start their roasting businesses and roast for their own cafes before they could afford to necessarily have the capital to be able to open their own place, right? So again, it's about this idea of conspiring to each other's success and moving forward in a way that helps everybody, where it's a win-win for everybody. So this map talks to people about the different options that they have at different times in their career. And this is a really valuable thing that everybody's going to walk away with. So you'll have a map as a cafe owner. Then you'll get the next day, if you have a 3-day pass, you'll get the map as a cafe owner. You'll get the 10-year map as the roaster and a business owner as a roaster. And you will get a map for the barista. So the barista map they're all very detailed. They're all 3 pages long and really valuable. There's nothing like this that exists in our industry. So I think it'll be really good.
Yeah, I think that's what we want to give. We want to give them that wow factor.
Yep.
You know, I walked away, man, I can't wait for you guys to do another one.
Yeah.
You know, because and that's the idea. This is why we want to be, you know, leaders at what we do, and I think we have to prove it. So
yeah.
I think
there's something beautiful about this event as well. You know, it really is an industry event.
Yes.
It's all these people coming together, different companies, different backgrounds, and just giving back and sharing their experiences. And I think there's something really, really beautiful about that.
I agree with you. It says something that when I reached out to the people that we have on the bill, and those people are, you know, Jared, Scott Rayo, Al Keating, Matt Perger, Jeff Dillon, Jamie Berry. When I reached out to all of those people, it took no convincing. I literally said to them, this is what we're going to do. This is what we want to talk about. Do you want to be involved? Every single person said yes straight away. And
this is where it was really positive. You know, that I think there's a lot of respect, and people want those things to happen because it's more of a community now.
Yep.
It's becoming closer and closer together at the moment.
Yep.
And big kudos to you guys, because you guys are getting known for being that hub in this, particularly in the New South Wales or the Sydney coffee industry. You guys are becoming known as that hub that cultivates community, which is huge. It's a really big deal because we all know the Australian coffee industry is bitch as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, we worked on it, you know, and we've got a great people around us, and that's what makes us very special.
Look at you being all humble, Nawar. That's not like you.
It's true. It's everybody part of it is what made us who we are.
Oh, I give him so much shit, Amadeo. You've no idea.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh, dude, you used to.
That was that you. Oh, shit,
the shit I used to give him at the coffee machine is insane. It's
crazy the relationship you have with people that you knew from when you were like younger. You know, if you knew someone from high school and then you see them again, there's this level of, you know, you can give them
100%.
As a more of a friendship thing than anything. But yeah, I get it for sure. Yeah. I get it.
100%. So yeah, I think we would like everybody to be part of it, and hopefully we will have the wow factor for everybody. And obviously with a lot of having Lamazoko and doing fun events, we realized actually SmackDown it's such a fun thing to do, you know, and events like this is just gonna take away this my coffee is better than yours kind of thinking, to be like, you know what, we had so much fun. It was, you know, nice talking to you again. You know, it just bring people.
You know what you guys will find interesting, and Jared and I have been talking about this. The coffee industry over here has a lot less rivalry than the coffee industry in Australia.
Really?
Yeah, there's.
Maybe.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I think because there's a lot more people, or
maybe
people are.
No, I think you might be right there.
I think like, I think things are changing here as well. Like maybe sort of 6-7 years ago, maybe, but like right now we have people coming to our events from all roasteries. I mean, this week we had 7 Miles, Toby's, DeLuca, like, or maybe because we're a collective, so maybe it's a little bit different. But
yeah,
the people that we track, sometimes we have 5 different green bean suppliers that are cupping.
Great.
I remember from Germany came and he's like, "What the hell's going on? This guy's they're all competitors and they're all cupping at the same place." And I said, "Yeah, well here everyone's just we're friends. Like everyone knows everyone's doing cuppings, everyone knows everyone's doing events. Like this, I don't know." Yeah,
but that's a real testament to what you guys have created. Like that takes a minute to establish because it requires trust from the community. And I think you guys have really nailed it. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Persistence.
Look, I said something nice to you, Nawar.
How did you do that? Can you say that again? No.
I'm texting her.
He wants it in writing now. He wants it in writing.
Yeah, wait, what happened to Jared?
Like I said, he's at the back of Bumfuck. He's visiting his dad right now. So who knows what kind of Wi-Fi connection he's got. He probably just pieced out. Now, the other thing I wanted to say was, like, we all talked about what we would consider success for this event. And none of us said money was the marker of success for this event. Like for us, if people walk away having felt like they'd grown, or having felt like, for me personally, as kind of the person who steers this Map It Forward ship that seems to be getting bigger and bigger every fucking week, the idea is that I want people to walk away from this knowing what kind of questions they need to be asking themselves every day about their career and their business. If they have, we in Map It Forward, we call it compass questions. And your compass questions are the things that direct you along the way. And if you know what the right compass questions are, like things like, how do I pick the right employer? Like, is this the right employer for me? Should I leave this job? Am I happy? Why am I working in the coffee industry?
Yeah.
That's been a big one over here, actually, because a lot of people that we ended up talking to and that come to our workshops come up to me afterwards and say, you know what? I haven't asked myself that question before. And if I'm really honest with myself, I don't want to be in the coffee industry. The only reason I'm here is because I started working in the coffee industry out of high school and I haven't done anything else since then. I don't know what else I do. What do I do now? And look, like that can be really daunting, but it's a really important question to ask yourself, right? Like, why am I in the coffee industry? Well, I've pivoted through 3 careers now, and all 3 careers, none of them were in what I was trained in. Like, I have a genetics degree. I've never, other than when I was at university and working in a lab, I've never worked in genetics. So there's no age limit or like requirement or anything like that that says that you can't pivot out of the career that you're in. And through the workshops that we put on and through this thing that we're doing, that's what Map It Forward is about. It's about asking these compass questions so that you're living your best life at all times. And the shit that you're going to learn is not just going to help you in the coffee industry. Like, this is stuff that's going to serve you in life. That's the point of what we do.
Not limited to just one thing. You know?
Yeah.
Every job you have to take it seriously. Doesn't matter what it is.
Except if you're working with Nawar.
Yes, that's one you don't have to take it seriously because I'm very nice. But no, I agree. It's important people to know why they're doing what they're doing.
Yep. And so, you know, we hope that anyone who is listening to this and wants to come will come. It is going to be, do you guys have the flyer up?
Yeah, we do.
Do you remember the dates? Did you guys get the flyers printed yet?
Yeah.
Oh, show us. Where are they?
In the car.
They are in the van because we're going to take it to the coffee shops.
Okay. Can you post a photo so I can see what they're like?
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm doing one more like a postcard style.
Great.
So one will have the Map It Forward logo and everything here and us, and then people turn around. It looks pretty cool.
We should talk about that before you get that done.
You like it. It's exactly
That's
the
fine.
same.
No, that's fine. We had this conversation. You all need to stop fucking changing things without getting permission. No.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. We can talk now.
What are you
Talk to me, right?
So you're going to take a picture
It was
or
cool.
something? Now it's all about you. You're well framed now, Amadeo. You and your slick hair and your chiseled jawline.
Maybe if I shaved the beard, maybe it would be chiseled right now.
Are you still playing soccer, dude?
Nah, I'm not. I'm here 6-7 days with all the stuff that's going on. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Busy days.
I'm eating. I'm having fancy dinners at home. But apart from
Anyone
that,
who follows you on Instagram knows that you're doing well with that.
Yeah, I'm really. It makes me happy. So that keeps me engaged. But yeah, no, yeah, really good. So many exciting things going on with CRS. The pop up that we had, we opened up next to the station, is now running, and it's starting to pick up traction. And then this huge event with MAP IT FORWARD, and yeah, there's a lot of amazing projects which are going to be very exciting to finish by the end of the year.
Yeah, and we should mention who are going to be sponsoring, who our sponsors are. So we have so far 2 major sponsors. They are La Mazzocco and Cafe Imports. And we have a potential another major sponsor coming on board, but I can't mention who they are. And you guys don't know who they are yet, but I will tell you afterwards. God, he looks like a creepy, weird little fucking gnome walking behind you with his fucking hat on.
That's the first little one.
Yes, I can.
That's great. That's exactly what the flyer should look like. Now what are you going to do to ruin it?
I'm not going to ruin it. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. That's the big one. Yeah, I'm not touching the big one. So all I want to do is this. The best part is everybody listening and watching.
This is how our team meetings go if you are watching.
Very simple. That's the side of one card, so it will look like that.
Okay.
Then turn it around and we'll have all these information. As simple as it. Just a little bit smaller.
Okay.
So we can't, because some people don't want to hold like a big piece of paper. They might like.
Oh, princess.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all about details, right? So that's my thought. So what do you? I think it'll look pretty cool, actually.
I think it'll look pretty cool. I think the merch for this event is going to look fun.
Yeah.
DiCaprio.
Who is this human now? What kind of a fucking thing are you guys running there? Who is this person?
It's like DiCaprio. This is his name, anyway.
Okay.
Yes, Emma. Yeah, one of the boys. Fine fun.
Excellent. So it's going to happen in October. It is going to be the kickoff event in Sydney. Look at the flight. Is it the 12th?
Yep.
I should know this.
It is the 12th of October. Cafe owners 13, roasters is the 14, and barista 15.
Yep.
For Melbourne, it is
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
I just got done telling him to say Melbourne, or Inti, you're going to say
Melbourne, 19, 20, 21st, and 22nd, which was similar order. So kickoff, cafe owners, roasters, baristas. One will be at Cafe Import, and the other one will be here with us in Sydney.
Yep, awesome. And we may possibly. We're working on this. It may possibly be, you may possibly be able to attend virtually so that people from around the world who want to attend, we may be starting to sell tickets to that, but we are going to see if we're going to make that happen. We're not quite sure yet, but watch this space and you'll know within about 2 weeks if we're going to be able to make that happen. But yeah, now, and if there are any other people who would like to get involved in the event, a la like sponsor us with any kind of things, we're not just going to say yes to everybody, but if it's the right fit for the brand, we will welcome that. And the right fit means that let's have a conversation and let's see if it will work. Either contact the guys at CRS, or email us, support@mapitforward.org, or contact us through our socials. The kinds of sponsors we're talking about, like if there is any new bakeries that are making some really cool stuff and you would like to get access to all the people who would be your potential wholesale customers, this would be a great opportunity to do that. And you could supply the pastries for breakfast that morning with coffee. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's an opportunity. We just want to, again, we want to bring together the right kinds of people to do this. So
we want to do what Nokia used to do.
What?
We want to do what Nokia used to do.
What? Oh, fuck. I can't wait to hear this. What? Oh my God. Okay, on that note, I think this is the perfect time to end this podcast.
It is. Yeah, no, thank you, Leo. Thank you for all the hard work you've been putting through as well.
No, stop. I can't take it when you're nice to me.
You are. You did a great job, and you've been helping us a lot. And we've been learning how to put an event together and how to listen. That's very important. And
it's because I keep saying to you, stop it, listen to me.
And yeah, I think with the positive energy team, we should come up with an awesome event, and we would love everybody in the industry to support this and to be part of it.
Nawar, I want to leave everybody with this request that I'm making to you. I think that in the spirit of getting involved in this, I think that you should commit to turning up to the circuit event, the CrossFit meets coffee.
Yeah.
Dressed up like Olivia Newton-John in the Let's Get Physical music video, wearing a leotard.
Probably not a bad idea.
And a headband. And I think in the spirit of getting dressed up, I think that's what you should do.
I'll be in electric blue.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Really?
I'm electric.
Oh, God. I'm an electric. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. This is going to be so funny. I just think that if you want people to show up and get involved in a while, you should set the example by committing to do that yourself. Don't you think? I'm going to be one of the MCs, so I probably have to be focused on
I'm not going beyond that, though. That's the problem.
What you ask for. Don't unleash him.
Right?
He's very reserved right now.
I know. Trying to be myself,
but hidden underneath that beanie is all kinds of crazy.
Oh, crazy
that's right.
stuff going on here.
You're surprised how long that hair is.
I think we got a message from Jared saying thank you for everything.
I think he's been trying to connect since then.
Thank you all.
Excuse me.
Have a good night.
Okay, on that note, thank you guys. This has been a fuck ton of fun. I can't wait to come out to Australia. It's going to be so much fun.
It will be, 100%.
And we'll look for all the drop bears, Nawar. I'll take you hunting for drop bears.
Can't wait.
So funny.
There's one in Blacktown.
Oh, I'm sure there's more than that. Blacktown and Lakemba. I'm sure there's a million in Lakemba. Anyway.
All
right. Thanks for hanging out, guys, and thanks to Jared, if the virtual Jared that got to peace out on this. But bye, guys.
See you guys. Bye.